Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
There'll be a bit of paper telling you the housekeeping rules.
Oh.
Don't worry. There isn't plans for a fire drill, so if there is a fire drill, it's serious. Does anybody need assistance leaving the building? Good. Don't use the lift. There's a fire. Could you make sure your phones are either off on silent, please?
Yeah.
Right. Have you everyone seen the agenda? It's on right. Declarations of interest. Other than the market traders, obviously anything to do with us, there's an interest in it. Anybody else got any specific interest? Right then, any apologies for absence?
Just the option. They have put a market on it.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not easy for them, is it?
I had 2 sick babies last time.
Sorry?
Last time I had 2 sick babies.
Yeah.
I was trying to come here and they both started being ill at 6 o'clock. On the third had been here, it would have been better. Yeah.
They don't get any better, by the way.
No.
Oh, right, you decorated your
No.
interest first.
Sure.
Yeah, by that first, sorry, I've done decorations of interest first. It should have been. Right, we're supposed to now close the meeting for public. We'll skip that one.
Reopen.
I've not received anything of urgent matters.
No.
No? Okay. So, to receive and agree the minutes for the market committee on the 2nd of June. Everybody agree with them? Agree? I can change my name. My name was in wrong. No, Paul.
That's why I keep thinking you're place me. I know you, David.
Oh, good.
Confuse me.
For any outstanding actions. There is one,
Yeah, there is.
oh, go on, you do yours.
So I've not had time to get quotes for the electrical supplies. We've been a bit busy the last couple of months, but that going forward, we should be all right. So I'll get them done. And there's the leaflet.
That's what I haven't brought to show.
We've done.
Can we, yeah, I just didn't bring up my printer along today. I forgot all about it. What's going on? Can we just confirm so everybody's on the same sheet as opposed as to times for the market and what we mean by closing? If we can word it. Reason I'm saying that is some are closing the stall down earlier and trading from the vehicle. So they're still there trading, but is that acceptable?
Well, that still gives the appearance of the market being closed though, doesn't it? The stores aren't there. So I
Yeah.
don't know that.
So I think, we need to perhaps specify exactly.
If we go back a few years ago, Barry Snedman, you wasn't allowed to move a stall bar till 4 o'clock. And here we've got gazebos being put away by 1 o'clock and vehicles. I think they're being clever within the loophole, not moving their vehicles until they're supposedly, having a cup of tea and chatting to their friends until they leave.
What does the contract actually specify? Do you know?
But packing up by 2:30 in summer, no vehicle movement till 3. And then in the winter, there's half an hour earlier for both.
Yeah.
Just me to share for about that issue is the 2:30 we said trading, and their argument is, and I fully endorse what Lee's saying, is their argument is, oh, they are trading. My argument is they're not trading in the same way as they were at the opening of the market, if you like. So if you define you know, 8 o'clock as being the opening rate, whatever time you define as an opening of the market, that stall or that trader should have exactly the same setup
Yeah.
as they did at the start.
Yeah.
And so they shouldn't be knocking half of it down. You know, we know who we talk about, Lee, really, whether others do it. They shouldn't be knocking the stall down to half the capacity or trading from the vehicle. That's not the same as they were at 8 o'clock in the morning.
No, I mean, I don't know who you're talking about, but the perception is from the public is if they're starting to break the stall down, that the market is finished.
Absolutely.
So we don't want to give that impression, do we?
I feel so very strongly.
So in my view, there needs to be some reference to how you're trading at the start of the market. Now, there should be no loophole in that to say, well, we've only got half the stall set up, so we'll, you know, that is not playing a fair game at all. Just need to tidy those loopholes up. That's my
Yeah, we need to be sure about what we mean.
Yeah.
So that we'll speak on the same hymn sheet, don't we?
To like a full setup until 2:30.
Yep.
Until 2:30, you want a full setup of everyone's stall.
Yeah.
And then from then people come back down.
Yeah.
That's
subject to weather and things like that. But
Yeah.
Always.
Obviously the stall can be tidied and not put away, but tidied. As such, loose boxes, rubbish, what stuff can be tidied away. But the stall front has to be the same as they were at the start. Able to
selling condition, the trading conditions and
Pop up.
Yeah, they're all up.
if you want to put your rubbish away, which you should be doing.
Yeah, tidying as such. Okay.
Yeah. Housekeeping.
Mm.
Housekeeping, which housekeeping is not putting stuff away in the
No.
van, is it? It's say getting rid of rubbish and whatever.
Menus still out, signs still out,
Mm.
for sale.
Your trading.
Yeah.
Can I
Sorry.
go
Sorry. Sorry.
I mean, the perception from the public now is, you know, if you don't go up before 1, you've really had it. So we need to put it out. If you're going to tell them to keep there till 2:30, you really need a sign saying this market is open till 2:30, because most people think that it's a morning market and not an afternoon.
The problem with the market closing early is if the market should be open till say 3 o'clock and then people pack away early so it gets to 2:30, that then becomes the norm. Then they pack away early still and it becomes the norm. So as you say, it
Well,
becomes
this is what's happening.
instead of our 2:30, it's going to become 1 o'clock market.
You're in this
Which we've got to
position
stop.
now.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Hmm.
So it needs to be advertised that this market is definitely open beyond 1 o'clock.
I mean, it'll take the public a while to catch up.
Yeah,
We need
absolutely.
we need to be considerate.
Because I always say, oh, no point in going up there after 1.
Exactly, and that's the perception.
know.
isn't it?
I'd say the flip side to that is though the fresh food stuff, cakes, fish are a lot of them are sold big quantities in the morning.
Yeah,
By 12 o'clock, a lot of their fresh stuff is sold.
yeah,
So that is why they'll start clearing down early, because
yeah.
they can't bring enough stuff to serve till
That's
2:30,
right.
because then they'll have a lot of waste. So it's only them sort of things is why that they're the ones they lead that sort of stuff, don't they? They pack down early because they sell lots in the morning. As the day goes on, they get less and less.
That's right.
So that's why they pack up early.
We said last time, didn't we, about fish schools, that was,
Yeah.
the weather's really hot. They need
Yes.
so much. If they can't sell,
The important thing is always going to be exceptions to it.
Mm.
That's,
Yeah.
but it's got to be an exception and not the norm.
Mm.
Oh, we have driven out
So-
two behind.
Yeah, you don't want that, do you?
No.
At all.
I would say if it rains,
2 trucks all gone.
as chucking it down with rain, it's quite legit to go, which I find is
But
quite,
how it's always been is that it's a conversation between the market superintendent and the reps.
okay.
And then we decide there and then what
Fine.
should happen. I mean, if a trader comes and says, as far as they're concerned, it's a safety hazard, how it is, we're difficult to object to them. If they're saying it's safe, unsafe for them to trade.
Just extreme weather, isn't it? Over 30 degrees or bucking it down the rain after 2 o'clock is going to be end of the day.
Yeah.
And that's decided on the day, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's all. I mean,
which is
we've got caught out with weather. The problem we have is the weather forecast is not reliable, and we've been caught before with the weather forecast. So I think it's got to be now, like we've agreed, it's just on the day. Then we'll decide on the day, which you did on Saturday, didn't you? So packed away early because it was just so atrocious.
It's fair enough. I hate to see on like a nice day when the weather's good, 2 o'clock, people packing down.
Yeah.
But that is, you got to be there at that time. So it's a good time to be there still going.
Yeah, that's very unfair on the people who want to do the full day of trading, because once you lose half your stalls,
Yeah.
people's interest wane at the same time, don't they?
I do breakfast and lunch, so 1:30 till I'm still busy, and sometimes there's vehicles driving off.
Yeah.
It does happen.
I mean, you said about it that people say it's closed when it's not. It's just as soon as the store goes, it's closed. And
Yeah.
I actually had another trader come up to me last week. Yeah, and he was fuming. He was in the second row, and he said, just that row completely dies because they're gone and it's closed, and it's not.
Responsibility for the whole market, and so
I will change the wording to be a bit stronger what I've put.
yeah, so we can't wiggle off it.
I'll send you a copy of it.
Yeah.
And then perhaps you can circulate it.
Yep.
Yeah. Anything else on?
David, is that going to be for everyone, or we send to the people who actually go early?
No, I'll send it so that you can all see it.
Okay.
And then it goes to everyone.
Okay.
It lays it down for everyone.
Yeah.
From the trader's view as opposed to the council's view, but with the council rules, if that makes sense. That's what we said, didn't we?
Yeah, and then the next time that'll be individual to the licensee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously, about a couple of years ago, we had the same thing what Ruth took out, where they were, I think it was a small fine or something, and then everyone stayed actually for 2 or 3 months. We had no problem. They sort of eased it. Yes, I think she only handed it to the people who were doing it.
So can I say, like, say the cake stall, for example, they sell lots of cakes in the morning. So they've got a big stall. By 1 o'clock, 3/4 of their stock, say, is gone. Can they clear from there? Was that all just kept the same? It's got to be kept the same as what it was in the morning. So
I'm
that
going to
bit there.
have 2 arguments with that, if I may. If you don't bring enough stock, that's your problem.
Mm.
If you could have sold more because if your runs out, it appears as though they're finished at 1 o'clock and they're actually there till 2:30. If they're missing the sales or not displaying goods conducive to good selling for other traders, then actually they're in breach, therefore, of their license. That we have to be quite clear about.
I'm just trying to get a clear picture of what that
I
means.
think it should be no breakdown of any store
Yeah.
for that
Yeah.
framework.
And if we're just
what
about
we-
Louis, that is the brand. If he's got,
One at a time. Sorry, please.
if it's only got a tenth of what they had in the morning, that still has to be on display
Yeah.
normally,
Mhm.
not screwed into one box.
Yeah.
In my view,
It needs spreading, not
yeah, condensing.
contracting. Paul.
Oh, yeah, I'm quite happy with them to do that. But one of the things that we've tried these different things before, unless we're going to put some penalty to it, it's not going to work. They're just going to carry on. You've got to have some sort of penalty or some sort of thing to stop them doing it. Otherwise, before we've tried it before in the past, and it's in a way it might work for a couple of months and it goes back, creeps back again, doesn't it? I think you've got to have some penalty and really stick to that penalty. Otherwise, you might as well give up.
I think, yeah, I think you're right, but I think in the past it's been hammered, if you like, and then just forgotten about and let it carry on. I think it's just
what I mean.
we've got to keep on top of it.
But you've got to
I think with Ian,
they're not going to stop doing it. If that's what they want to do, unless you can give some penalty for them doing it, say they lose their discount or something, you've got to have some meaningful penalty for them if they don't do it.
No, I just think we've got to be consistent, and I think it's up to the market superintendent to actually find if somebody's doing it regularly, then maybe we have to think about that.
Just speaking to them on the day, I think enough to keep it going.
Yeah, I don't like
So-
penalties.
Yeah,
generally.
well, what if you lost two fruit, what if you lost a fruit and veg stall, a cake stall, and a fish stall, just by giving out penalties?
Yeah.
You know, by annoying them traders, they go somewhere else.
Yeah, that's right.
There's other places they could go. If they all got annoyed about it, and then that's the flip side to that, isn't it? Then they all just left. You'd be left with half a market.
Keep them sort of.
You want to keep them on side to a certain extent, don't you?
Consistency and
Yeah.
stuff, and just.
Keep it in mind and
Yeah, yeah.
I think with Ian, I think he's going to keep, we can give him the ammunition to keep on the ball with it.
Yeah.
And that's going to be different. And if, you know, if there is a problem with individual stalls, then it's going to have to come back to the committee,
Yeah.
and then we're going to have to decide on what we're going to do. Right. Is there anything else on the outstanding? No?
Were you going to do a question? Oh, sorry. Are you going to do a questionnaire?
I'm going to do a question. I'll bring it up in my.
The parking permits, have they been implemented?
So done, yes.
It's working?
Has he been, he's been round, hasn't he?
Yes, it's been round.
I don't know if he's ticketed anybody, has he?
Not that I'm aware of. I don't think he's ticketing many.
He's not one.
I don't think he's ticketing many full stops. So
He went up pit lane, ticketed everyone, all the vans, everything 1 week, every single one.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that the tall one?
The younger lad,
Yeah.
yeah, young, dark haired one.
Yeah, got me the other day.
Yeah, he went and done the whole lot. About 3 weeks.
Wasn't it? I don't know where they park pit lane, is it just on the side there?
I don't mean know.
It's a single yellow line though, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay,
And the collateral bond.
right, we move on to 20. It's the market superintendent and deputy clerk reports.
yeah, I can do. Okay, I shan't read it verbatim. I'll just praise it if I may. It highlights some things that's already been discussed about temperatures and so forth. Obviously, we have been experiencing a spell of hot weather, unusual, but we are being warned it could become more usual, if you like. So that is when we've had to accept that some fresh food purveyors have had to leave early because their fridges have ceased to cope with the temperature, so it's unsafe to sell. This Saturday, we talk about weather. There was brought up, I think, by Alex. We're forecast lightning. We didn't have that. I think we had a couple of meetings with David, a certain mentioned to Hayden and to Lee. We had discussions about the weather. I was soaked setting up the market, and I was soaked putting the market down again. The interim period, I dried out. I shan't say how wet I was, but every item of my clothing was soaked. So yeah, it did rain pretty much the first 2 hours, something like that, and then started I think about 2 o'clock, 1:30 time. So we did have a bit of an early. People wanted to get going before that weather developed. There were some traders who didn't attend due to the weather. They included the auction, so a big draw was lost, and it's something that does happen due to their trading methods that they tend to go. We've lost one permanent trader, East Anglia Mobility Solutions. They lost them. I didn't lose the person who manned the pitch has ceased to be an employee of the company, so they no longer can attend this market, or down in Fakenham as well, where they were getting success. They were looking. I think he was trying to poach me, but I did say I didn't work 4 days a week, so there we go. We have as a committee, I think, if you look at the licensing, one I need to draw your attention to, Little Blue Conchina, the small blue van sits up on the main market. providing hot food, hasn't attended for 10 weeks. Clearly, one would suggest, there's a licensing issue there that's not for me to discuss. I have contacted the proprietor. He's had several new issues with the van. Basically broke down his trailer broke down with a broken axle, had to be recovered some 10 weeks ago. Was due to be fixed, and they found other issues. He'd like to return. He enjoys the market. He's taken the email, but I've had no confirmation of a return date. We've been at 10 weeks, so perhaps we won't discuss that now as a committee or later.
Yeah, so now while we're there. Right, anyone got views on what we do? Has he paid
So, yeah. So they're
Thank
paid
you.
They pays
monthly?
Monthly.
monthly.
Monthly, and he's still paying.
Mm-hmm.
And he's on a license.
He's permanent trade.
My conflict on this, can I talk about it?
Well,
Can I talk? My conflicted. He sells food.
no, you can, yeah, go on.
Right, so he's got that pitch, maybe he can't be held to that pitch. If he wants to come back in some time, he puts there's a space for him. Because he's holding that pitch in the centre there, isn't he? He's paying for that pitch, someone else could be in that pitch. If he wants to come back, can be somewhere else. If that's the option for him.
The committee, I have to work around what the committee decides. It's not mine.
It's in the rule book to say how long you hold the pitch for if somebody's ill or off. I don't believe it's in the rule book for Swaffham. It is for
It's just protracted as a protracted absence. I think there's the words there, not on the license.
Keep paying for it, so
He is paying for it. That's the problem you've got. He's paying for it. He has no intentions to come back, but to hold the pitch is something else. But what does it say in his contract?
The problem is, are we looking for people to fill pitches, or are we quite happy for that to sit there, that as a space? Surely, unless we've got people actually dying to take a space, we keep him on for another few weeks and see how it progresses or doesn't progress. Give him another month, 2 months.
We write him a letter. Saying you haven't been in 10 weeks.
Ed spoke to him, so he hasn't given. Once, I mean, could we fill that spot with a stall?
So, sorry, picking up what Jill said, and it'll come up later or the next one. There are potential traders always requesting, but I've an outstanding one from Double Glazing Company, not necessarily appropriate there, right next to another double glazing, which we wouldn't do. There's a gentleman trying to sell dress jewellery, I would put it as, so not conflicting with anything on the market. There is also a local shop owner who is potentially looking to come to the market instead of the shop. I don't wish to say any more than that.
No.
I've got another local lady who's contacted about some form of bric-a-brac type thing, which I'm working through. And only at the weekend, someone approached me, they'd like to bring it, is a shoe trader. He wants a large pitch. He wants 3 gazebos worth. Now that's not appropriate there, but other things are appropriate there. And what I can't do is get someone else in the pitch if he is going to come back to that pitch.
Not permanent.
Yeah, got to deal with
Not permanent. So most of those would be temporary, wouldn't they, to start with?
They would, yeah.
So could we say to him that because of how long he's been off, we would need to play a week's notice before he comes back, and that while he's not there, we will reuse the pitch.
This is the decision, isn't it?
I always thought that if there's something that pitch could always be used for casual.
Yeah, I
I
think
thought that was the rules on if they're not there by a certain time. I always thought the rules were that the staff superintendent they can use that for a casual.
I think we have done, but if I suppose it comes to the nuance of casual, if casual comes here, if casual were 8 weeks and wanted to apply for a permanent license,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
But then he probably would have to look at a different side, maybe not that side, if that trade was then to come back. But in the meantime, that could be used for casual, couldn't it?
Of course it could.
Yeah.
I think it's important that we use, I think it's important that we actually use that pitch, because otherwise it gives the appearance again that there's a gap in market and we don't know.
It has been used and not expanded, where it hasn't got casual coming in, we've expanded pitch and so forth.
Oh, I know that,
But
but
my dilemma is, I don't know if this person's suddenly going to come back. Are we going to write to say, you must give us 2 weeks, 4 weeks notice or something?
Yes, that's what it's reasonable.
So at least it gives me a sporting
Yeah.
chance.
Yeah.
But I may equally upset someone else who's come as a casual, then to say, I'm sorry, you can't come there because they returned. But that's a different
I
problem.
think
Could we not be, hang on, but what we can do is obviously if someone goes there as casual, you can explain the situation to them that it might not be a permanent pitch.
That's right.
So, you know, they're aware of it, they can't.
Just communicate it.
Would a compromise be to write to this chap and say, look, what are your intentions for the future? Are you intended to come back, or you're not intended to come back? And if you are intended to come back, can you give us some idea of how long it will be before you are ready to come back? If he's got prepared to do these trade or whatever it is, he must have an idea how long it's going to take you.
10 weeks.
Well,
Well, I think Ian's
I'll
already
try.
asked and not got the answer. So maybe we need to give him the answer rather than he's been evasive
Yeah.
to Ian. So if we say, you know, you've got to give us a fortnight's
Yeah.
notice to coming back,
Brilliant.
and that we will use the
Yeah.
the pitch will be used in the meantime.
So sorry to be vague, but if you said that to him and he was intended to come back next week, you would have lost him for 2 weeks when he would have been back.
If I mean, he had the opportunity to tell Ian he was going to be back next week and he hasn't took it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Graham,
From my understanding, this guy is paying his rent even though he's not there. Is that right?
Yeah.
He would not feel too happy about him paying for that pitch and somebody else also using it and paying. So you'd have to ask this chap to stop paying. And
Again, that's not the case.
No.
A permanent trader who has a holiday or absence through sickness, we can use that pitch as a casual with no change to anyone's
Yes,
value
so
because
that-
they still maintain the license, so they're paying for the pitch. The casual is using it on a week by week basis.
Unless
The
they
only
something there for advertising.
we couldn't put another food store in
No,
though.
that's the one.
right, that's fine.
Yeah, so you
that's
couldn't,
fine.
you couldn't put someone that would compete with that person in their place.
Good.
So does everybody agree with that? We're,
Yes,
do we?
yes, definitely.
right to them, that we need 2 weeks notice, two clear Saturdays notice.
And he's got to give months notice if he wants to leave as well.
Yeah.
So,
That's in general rules anyway.
and you've got a month of his money up front as well, haven't you?
Mhm.
Yeah. So, keep on it.
Sorry, but are we putting an end date to that? Because this could potentially
Right.
Run on and on. And you could have more traders doing the run on. We have no,
And no market.
I appreciate they're paying, but they're not providing the goods, that license. And so
Can I suggest then we review it at the next market meeting? If he hasn't come back by then,
Yeah.
then I can't see
Like
he's
himself.
gonna come back, is he?
Conversation again.
I mean, it's not, the situation isn't that we're losing money from him doing it. He's the one who's losing money, not the council. The harm he's doing is having an empty pitch, which we don't want.
Which I would say from what Ian said, the first two traders he mentioned would be a good pull for that dead eye.
Yeah.
It would pull a different clientele of people up that eye.
All right. I broke next on my trailer. So I did trailer next week.
Yeah.
It is like,
Yeah, I've had a vehicle blow up and I've
Yeah.
hired the vehicle to come the next day. Yeah, so, yeah.
Yeah, maybe, you know, in a couple of weeks if things go
Yeah,
wrong, and not,
it's not the end of the world.
not 10 weeks. Right, next bit, Ian.
Okay, sorry. I think, I mentioned about the traders I'm working with. The shoe trader, there is a potential pitch. You can check what one particular trader is paying for, because of the size of pitch, they want the only suitable pitch we have. That he would consider would be outside Starlings, so between Bunnings, Christie's Cheese. So that will lead to me looking to see what Christie's Cheese pay for. Because currently they remain with their vehicle pitched to the vending trailer.
Yeah.
But that would, Bunnings, I know, pay for their vehicle to be in front of them. I need to look at the other one, I've not a chance yet. That would free up enough space for two trailers.
50 foot in there, isn't it?
Sorry?
It's about 50 foot in there, isn't it?
Something like that. The trader is currently at Wisbeach and wishes to vacate Wisbeach to come here. Provide sells trainers, shoes, slippers, boots. That makes it something the town doesn't have.
That's
Town is providing that, so after that's the only place I could fit. He didn't want to be down, doesn't want on the War Memorial.
Whereabouts do you think in there? Sorry, I missed
So outside Starlings, the gap between Bunnings and Christie's. The minimum he'll want is 2 gazebos width, would prefer 3. He accepts he wouldn't put his van there, he'd unload and then move his van Morton Way to Station Street. Car park.
So it's just Christie's, not that.
It's the Christie's van is the potential, and that's been going on a long time, so I don't know whether that's something. If I explore whether he pays for it or not, if he doesn't, or something the committee have to come up with that, because it's something I've inherited, sorry.
I mean, if it's the case that he is paying for it, then I think we need to ask him to move it.
And asked that for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Just to clarify then, before we do jump in, because there is going to be people moan, and I can tell you the 3 that will moan today. Not that I'm going to, but that section of car park is where they trade. The road behind is also in the charter. That section of road is also in the charter. The pavement isn't. So vans and vehicles used for market can park on that road. That road is closed on Saturday. So there's no issue with him parking behind his own trailer.
Christie's, you mean?
Yes, yeah. So I'm led to believe Bunnings pay for their van, but that's the other thing. If, as I said to Ian on Saturday, if we become more fuller, Bunnings may be asked to disconnect and park behind and reduction on their rent because we need front space. Still got their vehicle with them. So,
Smart's all up and.
yeah.
Sorry, Chair, can you just much better? I'm trying to keep the peace with the chair.
Thankless job.
Chair, sorry, try to keep peace with all.
Yeah.
It might, if we are going to go down this route, then it might be worth communicating with the owners of those 3 or the proprietors of those 3 properties. I know we can, but sometimes.
Oh,
I think
Well, I
put yourself wide open for problems if you
yeah,
want.
but what if it's,
Okay.
if it's part of the charter, then
We don't need to ask you.
Okay, that's fine.
Apologise afterwards, don't ask for permission. You shoot yourself in both feet from a great distance.
Thank you.
You know.
I think, I appreciate what you've said, and that is possibly the best way of doing it.
There's nothing.
However, it might create more problems.
they know.
There's nothing to prevent.
Yeah, Ruth did do it with the furniture person. They parked behind it. He blocked it, and that was only 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And yeah, we did hear from Rob and everyone.
And
We'll
They contact you first.
Yes,
Surely, you've got to do everything possible to get that shoe store on the market, because that's one thing that would be a draw, and we got some shoe shops in town.
yeah, draw for the whole town, not just the market. So everything in the town. But we'll leave that one with you.
Thank you.
You haven't got anything else to do, so you might as well do those.
So just to
Right.
finish off my report, if I may, just make you aware that I've had to spend some of the maintenance fund money we have. One gazebo I found when we're changing tops had a slight buckle and crease in the leg. Now, I appreciate traders may say that's okay for them, but it's not okay for me to be effectively leasing out to other parties. So we've had to procure a leg and a couple of the scissor sides. It looks like it was jammed at some point and someone's forcibly either closed it or opened it. I don't know where. It was just I was changing the lids and the tops and found that. And they've been ordered and are in the store waiting to be fitted. Similarly, a lot of the bollards we use on the market are faded, missing the tops for chain loops and so forth. So we've procured, I think, 15 or ordering 15 new holes to go in the bases. National standard, if you like. I have spent some time going around to find the cheapest I could possibly find, which say the council about over 15, about 20 odd pounds. They're about 10 pounds, no less. Like some places about £12 a piece, and I think I got them about £8 a piece. Minus VAT, which also we can claim back. So we've gone for 15 to improve the look. The next thing we need to consider through a market, I think, is signage.
We'd agreed that.
So there's two forms of signage. If we, so I'll show you right to let's talk about signage. I did there see there's some money. Love your market, that's money. We do need to consider our signage outside of the town or at the extremity of the town. So that's something we could perhaps bid for. I don't know, in Love Your Market, because that would be a big capital investment. And then we need some form of, I suggest, the chalkboard type devices, perhaps the end of aisles, to advertise who's in that aisle or whatever. Lee, I stand corrected if experience shows otherwise.
We tried that 15 years ago. It causes problems. Who takes it, who writes on it, who changes it. There's 9 traders in the middle whose name's on it. I believe the council spent £200 on some beautiful 6-foot hay frames. 18 months down the road, they were God knows where. I don't believe that works. And also, where are you going to put it? It can't go on the public highway. It can't go on the pavement. So it ends up in the aisle, and then it's at the wrong angle. And
Yep, that's fine. I answered.
it's been tried.
I mean, I think part of the market is the charm, of exploring it. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Walking up and down, looking at difference.
Not telling them where something is. It means
No, it's fine for a supermarket.
Yeah.
But I think the market, the charm is exploring it.
walking around. It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what about we did talk about the boards, the signs at the end that, no coming on the market and such like. Has anything progressed on them?
No, but we do need to replace.
Yeah.
Make them a bit more. They're obviously handmade from, I guess, council wood and council time.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a project.
I thought we had. Did we not agree something on that to get the costings or something for them last time? I thought we put it on that no parking on there and no moving, and thought we had. Well,
General public
can we look at those signs? The other ones remain at the end of the rows. Not to be professional, not to be removed by an authorised person.
Over a few times.
Definitely went over a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah, each side ran over most weeks. Elle ran over them a few weeks before you were here. And still survived, so didn't he?
Could we get some prices and see?
Yeah.
Say they are a bit matched, aren't they? A bit.
Keith Robinson.
Yes. Right. Anything else, Ian, or is that?
So 2 bits, just in response, Chair, to Lindsay's bit about the questionnaires. I'm still trying to work on it with the limited time I have. But I will get it out before the next meeting, so I hopefully have the answers and do some form of report. Is there any particular question that you feel you would like to see on there? I've already started to work on the questions. It's laying it out into a questionnaire isn't necessarily the easiest on Word. But is there anything that the committee would like to see on there? in particular? So far, I have got, just to remark, tie in with, what the market's about. So are they aware the market is managed by, the town council through the subdivided to the markets and tourism committee? And are they aware who their representatives on that committee are? So that'll be a simple yes, no, or comments to all of these.
Is this, sorry, before you go, is this for the market traders? Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Not the
General public.
No,
Yeah.
the council wish to do something else. Day-to-day market management of the market is the responsibility of the market supervisor, supported by or in conjunction with the duty committee. Are they aware of this? Because there were some not know what my role is. I think that's an opportunity for me to have those discussions. Yes, no. And it goes on. Are you happy with the role of the market superintendent? Because there may be things I'm doing wrong, or we've perceived wrongly, I've perceived wrongly, or there may be suggestions of what else can be incorporated. So I think
That's a good idea.
That question could also be as a
Yeah.
rep.
and equally, are you aware that you're required to have a risk assessment for your particular trading pitch? And yes, no, once again, everything's yes, no. I was going to ask about the times, but if the committee is clear about the times, then the question will be more about, are you aware about the start and finish times of the market trading period? And what is your role within that? So actually, it's their role is to manage it accordingly. And then I was going to go to the committee or the traders, see if there's anything they want added. I think they were the ones that captured most things for me. There was another one I've thought of, which was going to be, if we developed a website, would this be of interest to the traders having a part of that website? We'd use a council lead into a council page on the website, which I've said before, but it could, I'm going to take Lee, would have a picture of his stall, if you like, in the right place on the market. And hopefully that way, I know he's shown me various others, and you could click on it, it would take you to a little bit about Lee or his stall, and a link to if he has a web page or an email address or something. I'm not saying it's going to attract millions of people in. It's just another thing, and you'd only get that while you're actively trading on the market. So it'd have to be mine or team's responsibility to remove that as soon as you cease to be. We couldn't have someone legacy having free advertising. And there was one other question I was going to add was, do you have any suggestions how to advertise the market and therefore draw customers in? I think we're hit on one already. It's actually having the right stalls in the right place and not to draw them.
Okay. Obviously, we look at things to do, and I would like to ask, do traders think that when we have something else on, like music or something like that, is it an attraction or is it a discouragement from the traders?
Yeah.
Because I sometimes think it might be a distraction rather than an encouragement to bring people along. I don't know. I just asked. I would like to ask the question what people think, whether they think you should have perhaps more, or if they're dissatisfied with it and don't think it should be any at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Lindsay.
Can I go on from that then? If they've got any ideas about how we could attract more people in, not necessarily advertising, but other actions that we could do as a town council to encourage people into the market.
You don't really need sort of one idea from, and it's worth doing.
It's some brilliant minds about it.
You're quite right. You're right, Paul. It would be interesting to see. There's some people, have said yes, the music and whatnot is good. No, there's a.
It's terrible for
So-
the auction. It's terrible for the auction.
Oh yeah, we've worked round the auction. Yeah, that's. I mean, it's meat fish, obviously. Right, thank you, Ian. Have you anything?
Just a little bit. I got a meeting with Iceni on Wednesday about doing a joint markets hosted with them, like discussed last time.
Yeah.
So perhaps we can get together and think of places like on the Lynn Road, the 1065, going to Fakenham, the Brandon Road, advertising Friday and the Saturday market.
it'd be good to get some signs up there as people come into town to see there's a market on this Saturday. Give them a chance to think.
There's one on the Brandon Road.
Yeah.
But if we do it in conjunction with OC into the Friday market.
Yeah,
Mm,
I went to Boston Market and they've got some good signage. I'll show you afterwards. Take me ages to find it on my phone.
Is that it?
And yeah, and just that there haven't been any event plans so far, but they'll pick up again quickly next week.
So if you just move it across, you'll see there's two other way in the road.
Bishop. That was that way.
There's only two.
Right, we move on then to consider reports from market traders. So Saturday market, who wants to talk about Saturday market then?
Can do. Been busy, it's just a problem with the weather at the moment. It's either too hot, too wet. There's an issue with everything at the moment.
Well, Lee.
Well, I've been there long enough to have it, but this is the time of year to bring 600 pints of strawberries and Saturday and 400 this Saturday, and was grateful that I sold out. It's just can't get it right, you know. But generally the market's quite busy, lots of faces and
Lots of new faces.
yeah, lots of people coming for the day out and having a look. And I'm always the first to say, as you all are aware, no other county offers this, what we offer. Indoor market, outdoor market, lovely town, auction, poultry auction when it's there. I know we haven't had it for a few years. Nobody else offers that. And that's why people come to Swaffham. It's just a shame we can't catch the traffic that comes from London.
Yeah.
Heading to that Norfolk coast. I've always said we need the noddy van just past the off license down London Road with a big sign on the back of it, like they have on these motorway services saying lane motorways when they say lane closed, and there are 3 or 4 of them. We need one of them on the back of the noddy van saying car park this way.
Yeah.
Market through the yards ahead.
Yeah, we try that.
Because once they get to the Buttercross,
Yes.
there's a market on. Should we stop? George Hotel? Where can we park?
Yeah, they got on.
They're gone.
We're done. Oh, we'll catch you another time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's that flow, isn't it? You know,
Signage, isn't it?
We need diversion.
you need to catch them to park. Last time,
We have previously talked to Breckland about saying the signage isn't enough to send them up Cly Road.
yeah,
And they're saying there's ample signage, didn't they?
so that's where the noddy van would come in handy. It's with a frame that tilts up off the bed saying, yeah, that'd be lovely, that would.
This is actually a problem we live with every day of the week. don't
Or the
we?
noddy van.
Well, no, you see the amount of traffic that goes straight through.
It does,
And never spends 8 days in the town.
yeah, it's a shame, you know.
I think the other thing is, we used to have we still got leaflets promoting the market?
Well, weren't they?
Because we're getting quite a few people come from, as you say, the Norfolk coast. From like the caravan sites and the holiday sites and everything there. And it would be nice to have leaflets in that area.
Yeah,
I think that would be down to one of them advertising companies like you
Yeah.
see when you go to
Yeah, it would be. I would imagine
different
quite
places,
expensive.
you know, with a flyer in there. I imagine that would cost thousands and thousands.
Yeah, but the thing-
Advertising that free.
well, But I volunteer for the Mid Norfolk Railway.
Yeah.
And we have that there.
Yeah.
But we also have locals coming in saying, can we put your leaflets? And we've got a separate little section
Oh,
where
lovely.
we'll put in,
This is Sheringham,
leaflets.
yeah?
no, Mid Norfolk, which is Deering.
Oh, dear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we've got right next to that, there's a separate little section where they put the local bits and pieces of guns.
Yeah.
So that might be an idea for,
There were leaflets. Sorry.
Yeah, but Nicola's been getting prices to see how much it costs to bring back the old town guide.
Yeah.
Yeah, so with all details.
And 3-2.
yeah.
Yeah.
That could be.
We've got space in Deerham already.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
if we went to Sheringham, we might get fine.
Right, fine, leave that one.
Pop
Any-
them in there.
Anything on the market? Nothing to add?
It's good. Been busy.
Yeah.
Football's good as long as the weather's good. It's just, let's say, after 2 o'clock, if it's really hot or wet, it does finish off fairly quickly. footfall does disappear. But you can't stop that, that is what it is.
Sometimes if it's too hot, it's not good for the market.
No, yeah, just as bad as pouring down the rain sometimes, doesn't
Yeah.
it? 2 degrees, everyone's in the garden or at the pub, aren't they? They're not here. Yeah.
Right, obviously auction isn't here, so we'll have to skip it. Hayden, Friday market.
Yeah, we're doing well actually, and I must admit, talking about the Saturday market missing out, we've actually got quite a lot of visitors now pulling in because obviously the parking now changed to 2 hours. Makes a massive difference this time of year. Because so many people just pop in and have a look around the market and have a look around Swaffham on a Friday. Whereas you really good footfall. Hard getting money out, but it's a really good footfall.
They're not spending, but
No, but we are getting a lot of people.
and a lot of holiday makers.
Because we don't get on the Saturday, which is you really notice.
I think there's almost a window of opportunity. Your people coming on a Friday need to know there is a Saturday market.
All they know.
Yeah, we
They get
Those
they
visitors,
get
it's almost that's your flyer or whatever. So here's your parking because they wouldn't be able to park.
Yeah, that would be something. But yeah, we have had a lot of holiday makers, more probably this year than any year. Well, definitely since COVID.
Maybe that's something I've seen you've already asked you, invited you to liaison with them to make a joint poster.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a joint flyer to be handed out on a Friday
With
Saturday.
clear instructions on parking,
with parking.
not as a side issue, but as a separate parking
Yeah.
available,
Free.
free parking is available this time.
That's why Eden's so vibrant, because it's free parking for the 5th smallest city in the UK. Free parking.
Right, lottery auction obviously still not up and running. Whether it will or not, I don't know. Right, highways. Has everybody seen the correspondence? I think the last we knew it was going to be 8 to 10,000, didn't we? And
Yeah.
were we going to try and see if Fabian could scrounge some money from somewhere?
He was gonna look into it, but I've not heard whether he was successful or not.
Perhaps we could have a word with Fabian, so he's had any. I like the comments on there where, considering also, where is it? There's something on there where we might like to look at a different way of doing it.
Yeah, I've got that as well.
Yeah, and I think, well,
Sufficient solutions for the market. Has he got any?
yeah, I mean, what the solution is that you can't, the problem is cars going down there. So the only way you can solve it is not to have the cars going down there.
Like
And he's saying
barriers or
you
something.
can't stop the cars going down there, but you can think of something else.
Well, it might be worth exploring that with him to see what he actually meant by that comment. Yeah. I mean, he'd know, wouldn't he?
Yeah, the trouble is the disabled spaces,
I know.
which,
We'd have to relocate those to some other area, wouldn't we?
yeah,
How many?
It's
4, 5. There's 2 taken up already with stalls, and I think there's 4 disabled.
Get more than
Because
four.
like,
On a Saturday, you might get more than 4 cars parked along there. Those only 4 official place. Sometimes just God knows how many, I don't know.
Yeah.
You walk along there.
I mean, that's going to make us money in the long run, isn't it?
Hmm.
And we've got the money in the council to pay for that, haven't we?
Just it takes a long while.
Yeah, but at least we could get it going
Just go for life.
rather than we keep talking. Yeah. And I'm sure we could find 4
It is.
spaces around the town.
It is also the safety issue that
Yeah,
as well. That's more important than having the space.
yeah.
very lucky at the moment there haven't been any accidents.
Yeah,
But if there
it's just
is,
been-
then things will move very, very.
It's just been close rather than.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mrs. Can I just add this for the council? I don't think necessarily for this committee, but the state of the double yellow lining down there
Yes.
looks like someone's trumped in it. It is ridiculous. It's a disgrace. Put it bluntly. How they've even been paid to do it, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, take him down when he sees his,
Well, even
Mm.
as a disgraceful.
Perhaps you could ask him if he's got any, as Lindsay said, if he's got any ideas. what he meant by that.
Something else on that, just briefly, we have had an incident in the last 6 weeks regarding this.
Yeah.
Because a car pulled in behind Alex's, as in on that bend on the double yellow. And the van was pulling out and actually took out the back quarter light off that vehicle. So, once again, parked on the double yellow. It shouldn't have been parking on the double yellow.
Yeah.
But if it was blocked off, that van could have pulled out
Yeah,
with no issues.
Yeah.
So, because it has to pull over so far to look down towards the George Hotel to turn right.
yeah.
So, but we have had another incident in the last 5 weeks of actually got photo evidence though as well. So,
It's been reported.
Yeah.
Because all the evidence for.
Yeah. I'll email them to you.
So what Wendy said, I mean, are we going to actually bite the bullet and start this process rolling and commit the 10,000? Or do we need a conversation with them first about what more efficient ways that?
I don't think the markets committee's got 10,000.
No,
to
no,
spend.
where it will.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to say full council, yeah.
Has the council got any money in the pot?
Huh?
Has the council got any money in the pot to give to the market committee?
Wait and see.
Yeah.
Look for grants first.
Yeah.
I know somebody who can have a word with Fabian.
So from what you said then, do you want a proposal that the committee asks the council to look at it seriously as a health and safety issue?
Yeah, second it.
Okay, so you got a proposal and a second.
That was part by previous council that it was a safety issue.
Yeah.
Anybody disagree with doing that?
One of the things we've got to make sure I think we need to suggest to them where the replacement park, the disabled park's going to be, because that I can see being a bit of a stumbling block. And I would suggest perhaps there's 3 parking spaces outside where the butchers is and the hairdressers on that bit, which I got a ticket for parking there one Saturday because they said that was part of the market. But I told them straight that's never been part of the market, and I got away with it. But that area, if that was turned over to free disabled parking, that would sort of counteract the loss of the other ones, and it wouldn't be a million miles away.
Butchers and hairdressers.
Barbers. Yeah, barbers. Yeah, sorry, hairdressers, barbers. Sorry, you know what I mean.
The only problem is with that is on the shop, but those slopes are like that.
Yeah. I know. It's
Good.
I don't know where else you could suggest one at a time, please. Lindsay.
Can I just, I mean, it's a valid point about the disabled parking days, and I think that we do obviously need to look at that. But if we have an accident and someone is injured, we're going to have a lot more issues. So we have to approach it from a health and safety point, but we can't not.
Yeah.
No,
It's a health and safety issue, and then the disabled spaces are a side issue from.
Yeah.
We've got spaces opposite, near where the old NatWest Bank is. Yeah, along there, they could, that's something like flat.
Yeah.
Near a zebra crossing.
There's two there now, isn't there? Was the one? Four. No, sorry, disabled. Disabled, I think it's one disabled, isn't it?
Along there.
But you could make them into more.
Yeah,
And there's a pedestrian crossing too.
yeah, I think we've got plenty of places.
that's fine.
Perhaps you could obviously give some plate to it when you, a meeting, council meeting.
We will.
Sorry, Chair. Just thinking out the box then, and this may be where there may be other solutions. Is the solution to move the disabled parking permanently to where we've just suggested outside Longsons and Dows? Have that road made no parking, and we have permanent temporary closures till we can get this in
Good idea.
on a Saturday, because it's now becoming no parking. Would that be a quicker solution to awaiting the longer term problem solution?
Probably actually, no.
Yeah.
So obviously some council's going to have to sort out rather than we have done.
Let's take what they just say, the health and safety risk, which they like to buy.
Say we've had one lady hit, didn't we? One lady hit with an accident there.
Obviously, have to witness the vehicle incident.
And that's a little bit of a slope there, isn't it? So somewhere flatter might be better for those. Yeah.
Along that,
Yeah,
that bit is obviously flat, isn't it?
yeah.
There's also the disabled parking that's outside of William Brown's.
Yeah,
So if you decide, you actually extend the disabled parking along that.
yeah. We've got lots of
Yeah,
spots. haven't we?
so they're right there, then you've got a section.
There, don't they? In the summer.
No.
No,
I'm talking William Brown's where Boots is,
Yeah,
because there's disabled parking there. So if you add additional disabled parking onto that side, it's in one section.
To be honest, I think those bays are probably bigger actually.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
They're probably more.
And then you've got the
Practical.
proper pedestrian crossing right there for them.
yeah.
Yeah, they're probably more.
We've got lots.
Yeah, I think you're right there. Yeah, that's.
there's options.
Just look on Google Earth.
Right. To receive tourist information report from Swaffham Museum.
Yes, that was circulated in the meeting papers.
Yeah, I noticed all the papers. I wasn't quite sure.
It's interesting how many people are saying, oh, we just wandered by. It's just on the off chance, we just walked in. Probably the same with the markets.
Not, we don't, I've not heard many people, visitors, who have ever said they've been into the museum or been going to the museum or anything like that. Not, doesn't seem to be an attraction that's talked about.
Some people who came from like Canada or somewhere far away,
Yeah.
who'd been on bargain hunt,
Yeah,
wanted to come over.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah, but if you look at the numbers,
specific, those people came for the specific charter or whatever.
Yeah.
What I'm thinking is just somebody coming to the town and just going to visit the museum because the museum's there. Doesn't seem to be
Most
an
of them.
attraction to get people in it.
What are the numbers
They're full,
coming into the museum?
it's over 1,000, wasn't it?
In a year.
Visitors to the
That's
museum,
not much.
shop and information in person.
Quarter.
2024 was 2,715. 23 it was 2,315. 22 it was 3,800.
It's drops.
So it dropped in 23 and then it's come up a little bit in, but 21 was 2,400, then 3,800, then 2,300, 2,700. That 3,800 seems a lot.
Yeah.
I mean,
But-
I would have said tourism is something on its own, not necessarily for this, this committee.
But that is part of this committee's remit.
Because we spent an hour talking about the market
Yeah.
and how to manage the market, which is quite a long time for a committee to be,
yeah.
I'd agree.
You
with
know,
you.
I think if we're going to make more of tourism, we surely have to look at it.
Separate.
Remove tourism from the market, the traders would have no voting rights on the committee.
Thank you. So it can be there in, it can be there in name only. That's right. Thank you, Lindsay.
No, I think that's wrong, Jill. I'm sorry, I wouldn't go along with that at all, because we need, this town needs to do something about
Yes.
tourism. We're very lacking.
Yeah.
And the district council are also very lacking in the way they support tourism. And I think it's something that
Yeah.
we need to boost up. Maybe it's a case of if you don't want it on this committee, we set up an actual tourist committee or visitors committee. But, you know, we need to have something because it's very bad. We're not good at it.
No, I agree.
But it's always been market and tourism then.
No,
No.
No, I'd say either. Yeah.
it changed. It changed.
Because,
When the council changed, not this last time, but the
Yeah.
time before.
So I think it should be kept separate
There always
personally.
was.
Yeah,
To set up a tourist or
Yes,
visitors.
but like
committee.
Leanne said, go on, can you explain?
Yeah, you need to have tourism in the market committee, because then the market, if we didn't have tourism in it and it was just a market committee, the market traders couldn't vote on it.
Oh, right.
Yeah, there's
That's
tourism and harbours.
we need a subcommittee for tourism.
You're right, yes.
To do the work.
That sounds a good idea, a subcommittee, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Paul, don't you think?
No, I don't think that gives it the emphasis that it needs.
No, keep it with this committee.
Yeah.
Keep it with this committee, but if we now spent another hour talking about tourism, which it would be because it's quite a big subject, surely it would be better to have a subcommittee that brought it to the committee.
Yeah, that's probably the only way it would work, because otherwise we keep having new committees.
Yeah.
We've got to keep the staff, the council back every time we start something new. And it's all costing.
No, I was just going to reiterate what Jill said, because I think having a working group to organise the events for tourism is one thing, but actually when it comes to the discussion about what's going to happen tourism wise, that needs to come to this committee. Having a subgroup which organise the events, but I think the biggest discussion we have is here, and then we have
Yeah.
a working group to organise the tourism, bringing in the tourism and discussing that. Then it gets brought to this committee for voting on. I think that gets tied to hand in hand, or am I?
I just want to see what our market traders think about being involved in tourism as well, because they're all, we know, got to be up tomorrow on their stalls. Do they want to spend another hour talking about tourism, or are they happy to be involved? It depends what you think.
Right, just don't shut any roads on a Saturday.
Yeah.
You come from London or from that area, you drive in, oh, there's something going on in Swaffham. We've sat an hour in Swaffham trying to get through because they've shut a road. Are you ever going to come to Swaffham again? No. So do what you want.
Yeah.
Use it all on a Sunday. It's a beautiful area.
Yep.
Include all the shops who pay council tax, who need that extra revenue. If they want to open. We don't need your audience, but you always seem to want our audience. We don't need your customers, like Fabian says. What to hate then, sorry. Oh, they come to Swaffham, they see how good the market is, and come back on another day. No, Fabian.
No, they don't.
They come to Swaffham, they see it's a pain in the arse to park because the regulars are there, the people who are visiting are there. Well, we ain't going to come here again.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it. And I've always seen it that way. Don't shut the road. Don't do things on a Saturday. Do it on a Sunday when all the people pay council tax need your audience.
So a subcommittee dealing with it would be
Yeah,
without.
better.
Yeah.
Agreed?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I sort of partly agree with you, but the tourism and the visitor side of things is not only about the market. It's all, it's 7 days a week.
Yeah.
You know, and I agree with you in principle, but obviously market is part of it, but we need to really boost our effort in getting tourists to come to the town on any day of the week, not just on a Saturday, any day of the week, and boost that. And we need to, as I said, talk to Nicola about it, we need to really boost our what we've got in the town. We don't promote what we've got in the town normally, let alone the market. We don't promote what we've got in the town. We've got a fantastic church, we've got the museum, and got lots of things that tourists could have. We don't promote them enough, and we need to really boost it. And that's why I'm saying that I don't think a subgroup or anything like that's really big enough or powerful enough to sort it out.
So from what Paul's saying, you need a committee just to do tourism, then run it by us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah, that's part of it, but not the people technical.
Just not free for all, please. So far as I see it from traders, I know what Lee said. In a sense, tourism isn't of any interest to us.
No, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. Don't get me wrong, but it's not really. We aren't interested in what happens on Monday or what happens on Thursday. But obviously, for the town, it is important. We're interested in what happens on Saturday or Friday, whichever. So I think it probably wants to be more people who are more who are interested in the 7 days, not, which is what Paul was more or less saying, it's, we're only interested in the 1 day. Lindsay,
I was going to say now. So can I propose, because I think we should preserve the voting rights of the market traders on this committee. We
Yeah.
do not want to lose that under any circumstances. So we have to, if we have to leave tourism in, then we do. But we have a subcommittee that deals with tourism the rest of the week. And I think the good thing about it coming back to this committee is if there is anything that's going to impinge on the market traders, then you've got a right to say so.
Yeah.
Can I say?
or anything that we can use from
Yeah,
that to promote the market. So it works both ways.
Together, but we do not want to leave the market because that is the main event.
Yeah. So what Lindsay suggested,
Yeah.
seconded, those in favour?
I suppose so.
Thanks. Thanks. So who's going to chair it and who's going to sort out who's going to be on it?
Go full council.
Full council, yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
Noon or evening.
Deal with that in the next general meeting.
In order then. Okay, we start September, is that right?
Right. So really that covers the next one.
Yeah, we
Consider promote Swaffham, yeah. Proposals for 2026 Love You Market funding. We said about signage, haven't we?
Yes.
Anything else on that?
Is that 10 grand on that by any chance? Love your market.
yeah.
Is there? Oh, there you go then. I'll run it for road.
There's your road.
I'll pay for the signage, stop people driving the market, later 10 grand, there's the road.
Nicola's got a couple of ideas.
Improve the market, hasn't it? Need some stalls, you know.
There's an installation of a TV screen which can be used for advertising on Sue's News, so it catches people off the
Been
bus.
there, done that, haven't we? Had no signal in Swaffham, didn't we?
We have.
Been there, tried that, we had no signal in Swaffham.
They set all up and it didn't work.
That's everything up, didn't
Oh, that day was
we?
embarrassing.
Tried that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was awful.
Yeah.
Paid thousands and thousands of pounds for a big screen. One turned up, Lindsay was there, sitting there patiently waiting to.
Bus stop,
Yeah, yeah.
which would feed into the shop.
Well,
These just her ideas.
didn't sound.
Who's like to use these?
Nicola,
Sorry, Chair.
community engagement officer.
Well, that's also tourism. It's not just market.
No, it's all.
If it's saying market TV screen, that should be, you can use it, yeah, tourism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could have
Well,
Where's the funding coming from?
the love of market town. fund.
Nothing to do with us then.
Lindsay,
I was just going to say, they've just procured the electric box, haven't they, to put signage on there to advertise events, so
Yeah.
that's using it as well.
right, next suggestion
And
then.
the other one was a loyalty card system. So market traders have a stamp, and after so many stamps, they get a Swaffham market. Don't think we need a bag.
Hey, you,
I think bags of
Yeah.
I don't think.
Have you advertised for the bags? Because last year, a few years ago, they were about £4 each.
Oh, no, these aren't.
No.
No.
I've had 5,000 printed for the shop. I think they were £1.60 plus VAT
Yeah.
for a lovely cloth bag and locally as well.
Yeah.
Was anybody, sorry, any ideas on that?
Sorry, Chair, could we just not have, we give them out? There's 10 stamps. I go, shall we say I go and buy 10 plants from, hey, individually, that's 10 stamps. And I spend, and buy them.
Yeah.
Could have people could have hundreds of these bags in it, so that's very quickly, you know, purchase it. But actually, if you just had perhaps some staff on a stand one day, just giving out.
I think so. I don't think the laws.
I mean, are they, council got to do a Love Your Market event? You know, sometimes they have a stall. So if they had their stall there, if we had these bags, we could give them to the traders to give out that day as an event of Love Your Market.
when they buy, when they actually buy something.
Here's a bag, yeah.
Yeah. And not just.
If you spend over,
Yeah.
spend over something, you spend £20, 10.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
How many people are going to go mad to get a bag?
No, but if you go and shop and not
Just hear me out, hear me out, hear me out. Because I think if you wanted to like somebody, if you do a sort of system, if you like, get 10 stamps or whatever it is, then if it's fees of vegetables, if you've had people come 10 weeks in a row and got the stamp, whatever, for their shopping, you could say, right, give them £1 discount, which would it makes sense because that person is using that rather than a bag. Who wants a bloody bag? I've got hundreds of sodden things at home in the cupboard I never ever used.
No, but my idea was that would promote the market. So someone could go on.
Yes.
I mean, I've got different bags, but I do use them on an event with, if Breckland or Norfolk Council were there with their marquee or whatever they've got, and we all got free bags that day, not collect 10 stamps.
It's just a nice thing, you know.
Mm.
See, there's,
Yeah.
I think the
You have them on yours, everyone.
problem with having sort of a loyalty
Yeah, I don't
scheme
think they
is
might lose the
they're all
card.
individual businesses. They're not.
Yeah,
If it's a single business doing it, it will work. I can't see it working for, because who's going to present them with, once they've got 10 stamps, you know, they come in my store and I stamp it, they say, right, where's my bag? Am I going to have a collection of bags to be able to give out? And Lee's going to have them, Hayden's going to have them, everyone's going to have
I
a
mean, it's a
collection of
lovely
bags.
idea, but I don't think it will work.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Lindsay.
Can I just ask if the traders have got, because it's the traders that have come up with the idea about how to bring people into market rather than council.
Well, I don't think that either of those would.
no, I don't
No.
either.
I think that's just the promotion.
It is.
Yeah. As a one-off, yes.
I can think of one business in Swaffham that does a form of that, and that's my hills,
Me too.
where they keep
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
card stamp every time you spend
Yes.
500, which is like we could fake them garden
It's
centre
really
after
exciting.
8 coffees, you get a free coffee
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Yeah, that's businesses individually doing that. isn't it?
But
Not.
I mean, Alex might give you a free burger when you back in.
Yeah, they have what factories that like that, a free burger. Yeah. Now, Lee, sorry.
GP on coffee about 800%.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. What's the next ones? Sorry, anything else? That was it.
So where did we get to? Catch up. Just the bags. Just the bags and the promotion. What about phones and things?
Love your market promotional day.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Then you can have the free bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, on that day.
Yeah, that's right.
Promotion that can get on the store, wouldn't it?
Whatever handful of
And they,
Friday market on that back.
Yeah.
So it's not just the Saturday markets, the Friday market as well.
So I think, do you want to propose that, Wendy?
Yeah, I'll propose a Love Your Market free bag. Well, Friday and Saturday.
Anybody get a second it? I'll say. Pick one for free. Yeah.
There's a handful. It's a nice place in councillors walking around on the day chatting,
Yeah,
handing out a few.
Yeah.
You was included in
we'll be
that.
there.
yeah.
We'll
You
be
was
there.
included in that. You was included in that. You was included.
Do that.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
So, Paul, small Paul.
Right.
You was like that. You have a handful of councillors handing the bags out to
Yeah.
people. They see the plastic bag.
Yeah.
Would you like to have this instead of a floppy plastic bag? And that, make sure you bring it back next week and give it out to tailor stores.
Yeah.
Bundle of 50 for each and
Yeah.
get rid of them.
Yeah.
Hopefully, one day when somebody's in key.
Yes, yeah, a free bag.
Yeah, and maybe we can get our Breckland councillors, have a little promotion there with Love Your Market or Fabian and all the Norfolk.
I will add what I'm going to do, because I bought a load of these bags, is we've given out about 5,000 of these bags now, and I see them in all different places. What I'm going to do in September is, have you got one of our bags? How far has it gone?
That's a good idea, Lee. Yeah.
Social media.
So I'm going to ask the
Yeah.
general public on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter or its special accounts, take a picture of your bag. How far has it gone?
What date of September?
I don't know. Have you got one of my bags yet?
It's coming.
Have you been to Poland? Paid £10.
Take it to Turkey with me in September.
So that's what my plan is to do with that. So maybe
Yeah.
the council could do something like that as well.
Yeah.
I don't mean the day before, as Bishop used to advertise on Twitter, because the whole world watches Twitter. The generation Swaffham doesn't.
No.
You know, it needs to be Facebook, it needs to be Instagram, it needs to
Yeah,
be
so it's the-
everything.
Mm.
Next month, take your bags along, we get a picture of it at the end of the pier in
Yeah.
Yarmouth at the Isle of Wight and see how far we can get. And the winner wins a hamper or something, you know, anything.
Good idea.
So that's my plan for my business, but that's something that Swaffham
That's a good idea.
do as well. How far in the
Bag for well
well
presented.
gone?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I like that idea.
Yeah. Would it?
I'm full of good ideas, but don't tell anyone.
What would you have cotton bags this time? So when are we going to do this lovely market?
Thing.
Yeah, there's dedicated week each year.
Yeah.
So we'll find out for next year.
Something Hayden just said, what are we going to have on the bag?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
I love Swaffham.
Market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Markets.
Yeah,
Markets.
with an eye.
Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
They have a picture of the buttercross on.
No, don't start with that because it gets smaller and smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
So you get a
Big roll.
7 litre bag, full print,
Yeah.
I love heart, all one colour, all in grey or white Hessian bag or green to match our signs. They're green, aren't they? I love heart, Swaffham markets, big and bold.
Yeah.
End of.
Fix your place and
Do
do
the
it.
teeth.
No.
We don't want to frighten them. Right, what's right? So is that's better, isn't it? The next thing on there then is to receive correspondence? Nothing? Well, then the last item on there is to agree the date of the next
Are
meeting.
there not any other matters? Are we on that or past that?
Ask it, left it. Well, sorry,
Other matter.
sorry, has anyone got any other? Sorry, listen up a bit.
I have been asked to do a market, the artisan market, Lindsay Road. As part of the agreement of me giving up my time to do the market, I've asked Vanessa Scott to help us as a committee put together 4 Friday markets next year, evening markets.
Nice.
I know I was no fan of Sheila Lister, but she did run those evening markets and it was a great pull for the town and everyone came.
Yeah.
I only turned up 5 lines, 10 boxes of peaches, 10 boxes of green, 10 strawberry, 10 raspberry boxes, and we cleared out.
Yeah.
But while you was there, did you know we're here on a Saturday?
Yeah.
Did you know?
Yeah.
Are you? And they have got somewhere to park.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
They are coming through the town. They are coming to get chips on a Friday night from Nixon.
Yeah.
On a Saturday. And it does work, and we could maybe do June, July, August, September when it's lovely evenings, and towards the end of June when the nights are getting relaxed. And then like Lindsay said before, we can have music on the Buttercross.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great.
Brilliant.
That I always say that Hawaiian.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a great weekend. I must have 100 pictures on my phone of locals with that, you and all. Actually, most of you actually with them things around.
when's this happening, or is it?
Well,
You've
this
got
is
to
something we need to start with
Yes.
the early part of next year. Get Vanessa involved, and Vanessa's got lots of contacts to pull
Yeah.
other people in as well. Whoever, obviously, Alex would want to do it. Yeah, food. In certain trainers, I don't know if Hayden would, because it'd be all day Friday and then Friday. I mean, there's certain trainers who could do it
Yeah.
and invite everyone.
Yeah.
Wherever they want to come from, not bothers there are 20 people at Southern Beaches. Bring them. Yeah, I think that'd be lovely.
So can we plan when we're going to start this? Because I think we definitely need to do it. don't we?
Yeah, so we're looking at June, July next year.
So 4 June,
Yeah.
July, August, September. Nothing we can do about the weather. I'm aware of that.
Yeah. It will be what it will be.
Everyone has a 3x3.
Yeah.
And
Simple.
What sort of time set time are you looking at?
well, what time do you lock those?
We close at 2. So
Oh, do you? That early?
we do, yeah. We're,
Day.
yeah. Maybe actually close after you guys.
So we could do 4 till 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely, has been.
It'd be nice to give the clock.
Sunday market.
People
It's been loads of ideas come from.
Just getting started organised massive shopping.
Yeah. Have the noddy van at the end of the road saying car park this way.
I see that. Doors wait to be excused. I'm not.
Yes,
Yeah, I was going to say, it's one of the things that I always keep saying is let's try and do that on the Friday night, but let's try and get some of the shopkeepers and the shops involved.
Yes.
I hope that they will stay open a bit
Yeah.
later, you know, in the evening, because you do these things. When we used to have Christmas night years ago, the shops used to always stay open for the Christmas night. Nowadays, the last one, I don't think there was hardly a single shop that stayed open. But you need, if you get in shops and then involved as well, I think that could only be good for the town.
I think
Because after a certain amount of time, you go up to town and try and get fish and chips after about 8 o'clock. Chip shops are all bloody closed up, you know, things like that. You need the support, get the support of the people in the town and the shopkeepers, the businesses.
my shop on the Christmas light switch on, we had a full-size band in there.
Yeah.
The whole front was open, there was a band in there for about 10 songs. But people stopped and danced and gave away cake and there were lots of things, so.
Can I suggest then at the next meeting in September that we actually come up with dates? For it.
Great.
Always ask the guys at Friday market they want
And-
as well.
And what, as Paul said, we need to involve obviously the whole town. And if we can come up with dates in September,
Yeah.
we can then sow the seeds then rather than, you know, the week before and say anything. You know, they might be, some of them might be interested in coming forward with it as well.
Well, like Hayley just said, keep the assembly rooms open.
I must.
You've got no reason why not.
Right, so finally then, date of the next meeting, can we change it to the 22nd of September as opposed to the 15th, please? That's the following week. Is that everything?
We can change it. I won't be here. It's my husband's 70th.
That's more important.
I'm giving you notice now.
Apologies accepted.
I've given you 3 months notice there.
When was it?
22nd.
My apologies.
Kill me.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
Idiots, man.
Oh.
You seem so, so I say, oh, it's Saturday night.
The grandkids all here.
No,